Buenos días y buen bonitos de todos. Good morning and welcome, everyone. Welcome to a community dedicated to providing spiritual tools for living a happy and full life. My name is Karina Scheer, and I am the Spiritual Director and Founding Minister here at the Center for Spiritual Living Puerto Vallarta. If you would like to join us for the live Zoom meeting, please contact me for the link and the password, or check our website, www.cslpv.org, under the weekly talk section, as well as the landing page. Today is Sunday, March 17, 2024. So happy St. Patrick's Day to all that celebrate. And today we are continuing with our monthly theme. That's how we've never done it. And the topic for this week is Tell Me Something Good. So at this time, I'd like to truly welcome everyone once again, including those that are new to our center and to our teaching here in Puerto Vallarta. Whether you're here live on the Zoom call or watching the replay at a later time, we teach philosophy that honors all faiths, all paths, all traditions. So whichever path you are on, know that it is the right one for you and that you are welcome here, no matter what your background is. So yes, we teach a philosophy called the science of mind, and it's a teaching based on new thought and ancient wisdom. And we honor diversity in all aspects so that we can see and appreciate the great oneness that already exists everywhere and within everyone. When Dr. Ernest Holmes was asked to provide a concise definition of this teaching, he had replied that it is a correlation of laws of science, opinions of philosophy, and revelations of religion applied to human needs and aspirations. So each week, we offer a service with an inspirational message. And we are meeting live at 12 o'clock each week. And we will be looking for a new location to serve more people, to make it more convenient for you to come out and join us. So whether you are watching the replay or you're here live on the Zoom meeting or in person, we encourage you to stay afterwards to join us in some great conversation with like-minded people. So as we do each week, let's review together our purpose, vision, and mission statements. We have a grand purpose here each week. Let me just share that screen with you. So our purpose is to awaken and celebrate diversity and to love and serve our community. We do this by means of our vision, which is creating the life you desire. And this is supported by our mission to provide spiritual tools for personal growth and transformation. So as divine humans, we are gifted with amazing intellectual tools for rational problem solving. And we've become so reliant on our intellects, so rightly proud of our ability to figure things out, that we can't be thrown for a loop when confronted by those situations where figuring it out just doesn't work. We've forgotten that we can tune in to a deeper intelligence available within each of us. That intuition that transcends intellectual understanding and allows it to deliver our divine solution. It's up to us to release our need to figure it out on our own and to invite instead the inner guidance to lead us into a new territory of our brand new day. This is what Ernest Holmes says. Divine guidance is ours for the asking. The answer to any problem which can ever confront us already exists in the center of our being. So within us, we often feel it as a still small voice, and it whispers that we are more than we think we are. As divine humans, we are each a vehicle for spirit to experience and express itself as us. Our life is spirit's pet project, and we know spirit always supports us and its pet projects. It's up to us to cooperate with that ever expanding goodness, which awaits our acceptance of it. By tuning into the divine intelligence that already is within us, we are guided into the thoughts, words, and actions that secure the fulfillment of that good for ourselves, our communities, and our world. We are grateful for our ego intellect's problem-solving skills and celebrate our inner gift of a deeper kind of knowing that's available to each and every one of us when we trust it and allow it to guide us. Ernest Holmes and Raymond Charles Barker wrote this: "Ideas are coming to me at every instant, and they offer me a greater portion of life than I now have. I accept them and increase my good." So sometimes when we don't know what an answer is, we can just remember that I don't know, but spirit does. And there comes a point when seeking to untangle any seemingly unsolvable problem, when we are invited to surrender our intellectual struggle and allow a deeper divine intelligence to come forward with its perfect solution. The inner intelligence operates on a very different level than the very basic, busy, push, pull, pro versus cons process of rational thought. And this world's greatest scientists and inventors have sought to access this direct inner knowing, often reporting that a breakthrough of ideas were revealed in dreams or semi-awake states of consciousness. So time spent in our spiritual practices of meditation and spiritual mind treatment can certainly bring us into closer communication with our inner wisdom. One common element in all of these techniques is the willingness to relax, release, and simply allow that gift to be given. One affirmation helpful in establishing this surrender is, "I don't know, but spirit does. The little me, the ego me, may not know, but the bigger truth of me, spirit, knowing and expressing itself as me, absolutely has it figured out." So how many times have you stood by or stood at that proverbial fork in the road, not knowing where to go or what to do next? But you know that there is something greater within you that does know. Another quote here for you. And this is from Isaiah. "Your ears will hear a word behind you saying, 'This is the way, walk in it,' whenever you turn to the right or to the left." So have you ever had that experience of hearing something behind you, a voice giving you the guidance? I'll share a little more on that later. The inner information that we're seeking can sometimes reveal itself through that still small voice within, but it's just as apt to outpicture in some random coincidence in our outer experience. Sometimes these signals are so gentle that we might miss them if we're not paying attention. A book falls open to a useful quote, or an overheard conversation names the perfect contact or resource for our next step. Sometimes, though, they darn near shout. We ask for a sign, whether to move to Florida, and then we're stopped in traffic by a bus whose banner says, "Move to Florida." Well, I just had this discussion a week ago with another minister. Rents are still increasing here, and it's been challenging to find a location for us to meet in person on Sundays. So I'm at that place now, waiting for that giant sign on the bus or wherever that says, "Move to Mazatlan," or "Stay in Vallarta." Perhaps I've had little nudges along the way that I've ignored because I'm waiting for that big flashing neon sign. So I'll watch and I'll listen for all the signs to come together in a way that makes sense to me so that I can see it and take action. So stay tuned for more. The one mind arranges for these synchronicities, creating spaces where our unconscious and our conscious intuition and intellect communicate with each other via seemingly outer occurrences, those outward signs that we see. And those moments are good reminders that the veil between is thin as we think it is. We can appreciate the little nudges as much as those big 2x4 whacks. One friend calls them God winks, and they tickle. They make us smile, or sometimes even laugh out loud in gratitude. And they are the universe's confirmation that we're loved, we're on the right track, and that Spirit's got our backs. So I remember being a young teenager when I was at a summer camp for junior forest wardens. And we had an exercise of finding our way through an obstacle course using a compass. And we were given verbal instructions for our next location. And if you went in the wrong direction, you were eliminated. So it came down to a final group of 3 or 4 others and me. They all went in one direction, but I hesitated and heard that small voice within that told me to go in the opposite direction. And as it turned out, I was the only one that was correct because I listened. I can't even remember how many times I've been driving in my car and suddenly remembered that I needed to make a quick stop at the bank or store on my way to somewhere else, and found out later that if I hadn't have stopped, I would have been right in the middle of a multi-car accident. So listening to my inner voice has kept me safe and on the right path many times. Professor of physics Rick Field wrote this: "Only when we are silent can we begin to hear the voice that is truly our own, what the Quakers call the still small voice within. The source of this voice, which may be without a sound and yet is heard, is called by many different names: the inner guide, guardian angel, spirit guide, the collective unconscious, or just plain intuition. Actually, all of us hear the whispers of this voice every single day of our lives, but many ignore it." So it takes conscious commitment to erase and replace old patterns of speech like, "What do I know?" or "It'll never work," and then stretch into new scripts like, "What if?" Consider the possibility. And so when we do so, we find a new lightness of energy that shows up for us and a new willingness to be happily surprised. As we tune into that unlimited creativity of divine intelligence, it becomes easier to trust its activity in us, for us, as us. So we get more positive feedback from the universe that we are plugged in. We recognize that we are a beloved and necessary part of the whole. We listen and know in our hearts that we are listened to. We learn to clarify the what and let spirit handle the how. We relax our expectations and live our expectancy. Albert Einstein said this: "The intuitive mind is a sacred gift, and the rational mind is a faithful servant. We have created a society that honors the servant and has forgotten the gift." So perhaps it's time that we tune in more to our inner guidance. We all were born with that GPS system within us. However, we like to refer to outside obstacles and listen to that instead of our own guiding system within us. So figuring it out applies our intellect's reasoning to the reasoning process to information that we've stored from past experiences and the stories that we've constructed out of those experiences. And as such, it's a useful and powerful tool, but with limitations. So let's thank our intellect for the hard work that it's done for us. Invite it to loosen its need to control all of our decisions, and then open ourselves to a greater field of loving, unlimited intelligence. And we can learn to partner our ego intellect with our soul's intuition. We can promise to keep paying attention and dive into an ever deeper knowing of the truth of who we are and the truth of our oneness and connectedness within the whole divine. Divine intelligence reveals itself in us because it is us, and yes, so much more than us, living itself in and through all creation, but not absorbed by its creation. And that's a direct quote from the core concept number 1 in the Practitioner's Foundation class. The universe is consciously and continually offering all of us all that we need for our journey, whispers and shouts alike, God winks and happy surprises, large and small, as we continuously invite more of this wisdom and guidance into our awareness. New ideas, new directions, and new possibilities are revealed. And we can step into action, trusting that we are aligned with our highest good and with the highest good of all. I'll leave you with this quote, again from Albert Einstein. When the solution is simple, God is answering. And that leads us to our affirmation for the week. Divine intelligence lives in me and guides me in each new day. So now it's our time for our reminders of news and updates at our center. If you're interested in learning more about the science of my teaching, we will be offering a foundations course via Zoom starting soon. So connect with me or check our website to find out more details on that. And please let me know if there's a specific course, a workshop, or even a book study that you would be interested in taking so that we can plan for those as well. And if you would like a one-on-one connection for a spiritual mind treatment to assist you with whatever is going on in your life or whatever you would like to have more of, then please connect with me so we can arrange for that. And if you would like to commit to being a member of the Center for Spiritual Living Puerto Vallarta for this current year, as memberships renew annually, we will be having our AGM, or annual general meeting, via Zoom on Saturday, April 27th at 10 a.m. Pacific time. So this already is posted on our website. So everyone is welcome to join us. However, you will need to be a member in order to vote. And also, please let me know if you would be interested in becoming one of our board of trustees so that we can send you an application form for that as well. So I'd also like to remind you of one last thing, and that is to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel and our Facebook page. And so now it's our time for mindful giving and support of our spiritual home. We rely on your support to continue our center here in Puerto Vallarta or wherever we may travel to, so that we can continue offering this powerful teaching of the science of mind. We bless the financial gifts that you give today. Every donation is greatly appreciated, whether it's $5 or $50, or even just the cost of a cup of coffee. Your contributions are circulated with our tithing to our greater organization, which reaches out globally as well as locally. We also tithe to a local women's shelter to assist women and children that have left an abusive home, and it allows them the opportunity to become grateful for the assistance to become productive and successful members of the community. So donations can be made through PayPal or Tithely on our website, www.cslpv.org. And you'll find the donate buttons on both the landing page as well as on the top of the replay video page, the replays of our weekly talks. Or if you would like, you can still mail in a paper check by addressing it to CSLPV number 403, 2125 Birch Road, Kelowna, BC, B1Y8N1. And now please join me in our offertory affirmation. I know that my giving blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, and all that I give and receive. I do give eternal thanks for the abundance that is mine to share. So thank you for coming and sharing this time together. And let's continue practicing peace. We can each be a force for peace and nonviolence. Our words and our actions create ripples of peace all around us and beyond. Peaceful living includes acting with compassion, kindness, and consideration. And it also includes standing up against injustice. So may peace and love be with you. Blessings to all. Namaste.